Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 mistakes I made in the gym when starting out or even recently, right? Mistakes that I'm telling you not to make to have better progress in the gym. So the first thing I want to talk about is training intensity. When I just started lifting, obviously you're on that basic 3 sets of 10, right? Like that's what you hear from most people. A lot of trainers will tell you that just starting out, just to go with 3 sets of 10 because it's easiest to do, easiest to remember. And you will see progress with that from the start. The issue with that is it will plateau, just as any type of training intensity will. Your body will start to get used to it and you will plateau. So just remember that. Be switching up your training intensity regularly. Obviously, when I started that out, I was making gains because they were all newbie gains. So I was putting on a lot of size thinking that everything was working perfect, when in reality, I ended up plateauing and wasn't sure why. And once I figured out that I needed to switch my training intensity, things got a lot better. So remember that for sure. Going into your next lift, make sure you're switching up those training intensities and you're staying at a level to where you are really pushing yourself, whether that be a higher rep range, a lower rep range, or till failure. Those are all great depending on what you're training for. So number 2 is progress pictures. Make sure you're taking progress pictures, please. When I first started lifting, I was very insecure about myself. I know a lot of people probably are, right? Like they're not going to go into the gym and already feel good about the way they look. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't go to the gym in the first place. The issue with that is you're so insecure about yourself that you're not going to be taking progress pictures. And that's a huge mistake that I don't want you to make because I did make that mistake. And when I look back, I don't have anything to compare to. I have a few pictures that I took, not great ones, where you can see the progress I've made, but there's not as much as I wish. I wish I would have learnt poses or, took a picture in the same spot, things like that where you can see the growth. Even like I seen on Instagram someone wearing the same shirt that they wore when they first started lifting and how much tighter that shirt was on them, right? Things like that are going to make a huge difference for you mentally and physically going into your next training session where you're going to feel better about yourself, that you are making progress, which is going to lead to you pushing yourself harder to make bigger changes as you go on and take that next progress picture to compare to your last one. So third thing I want to mention is foods that you are intaking. This is huge, right? This is a big one. A lot of people don't realize the foods that they're eating could be hurting them as well. Whether that be healthy foods, right? Like you look up foods to eat as a bodybuilder, foods to eat as a powerlifter, foods to eat as a CrossFitter, right? Like it doesn't matter. As an athlete, even just as an athlete in general, healthy foods. Obviously, the biggest thing is to be at a high protein, right? A high protein diet. But the issue with that is protein is in different types of foods. So, for example, I had a client who I wanted them to up their protein, and I wasn't as specific as I wish I would have been because they upped their protein with dairy products, such as yogurt, cottage cheese, things like that. And they ended up gaining weight. And we couldn't figure out why. But once I thought about it, I said, what have you changed in your diet that has made a difference to actually push you back in progress? And she had mentioned dairy, that she had added dairy products such as yogurt, cottage cheese, maybe even some more milk. And I told her I would love for her to go in and get some allergy paneling done, get tested. What is she allergic to? And wouldn't you know it, came back positive that she has a dairy intolerance, right? So I told her immediately, cut the dairy. Within that first month, she lost 30 pounds. Simple as that, right? It's crazy. So watch the foods you're eating. If you're eating something and the next day you wake up and you're like, dang, I feel good about myself, I look good, and the next day you eat something and you wake up and it's the opposite, where you're not feeling good about yourself, then you know. What foods did you eat that one day versus the other day? And you can make that difference. You can change your body, and all of a sudden you're going to have your own meal plan. You know what foods you can eat when you look your best, and that's how you're going to shred that fat, gain that muscle mass, and pretty much look your best. So anyway, make sure you're really tracking those foods. And you don't have to like write everything down, just mentally take note, right? Like, and that's where those progress pictures come into play. oh, I took this project progress picture that week, and I took this one this week, and I look worse the week after. How does that make sense? Think about your foods maybe. Could be a big difference. I ate more unhealthy food that week. I had more dairy. I had more gluten, things like that, right? So take that into consideration. So anyway, those are the 3 things I'm going to mention today that if I could go back in time and start, I would have tracked all 3 of those. I would have done a better job at making sure those were in my mind, and take it into consideration when training, diet, and all the above, just being an overall athlete, bodybuilder, whatever you are. Also, at the time of this video, I am 5 weeks out from my show. This is crazy. Currently, I'm dealing with an injury, so I actually tore my MCL, and that sucks. But I'm getting through it. I'm still able to do my cardio. I haven't been able to hit a leg day in a little bit, so I'm relying on my cardio to get me lean because the workouts obviously aren't as great. So diet, cardio, huge for me right now. I will still be competing. I'm not letting that stop me. I have, well, like I said, 5 weeks to go, so just about a month, and everything hopefully will be healed up by then. So when I step on stage, I'll still be looking my best, and I'm going for that pro card, baby. So anyway, thank you once again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and can take something from this. If you like to see this type of content, or if you'd like to see any other type of content, please leave it below in the comments. Also, make sure if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to this video. I would really appreciate it because I'm so far trying to build better content, build a better channel for everybody. This is a passion of mine, is making videos, even though sometimes it's hard for me to do with my busy schedule. But even just like a video like this, where I can take time out of my day and make just a short video for you guys to watch. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and thanks for watching.